morning, and thank you for having me here this morning. I'm Laura Bell, and I'm a proud mother of two fantastic children. Ryan is now 9, and Megan is 6. And Ryan was a Dream Come True recipient. And this morning, I'd like to share just a piece of our story with you. The night that I opened our front door and met Lori's great smile and obvious enthusiasm for the first time, I got a knot in my stomach. That's much like this morning, because I knew that I needed to put the coping mechanisms aside and tell our true story. Our family works very hard to have as normal of a life as possible, but the truth is that our roller coaster of a life has been anything but normal. When Ryan was born, the doctor looked at me and said very matter-of-factly, "We have a few problems here, but nothing that can't be fixed." The staff huddled around him. His ears didn't form all the way they explained as they handed him to me, but we'll take care of that. I immediately relished what we did have. I counted fingers and toes, and I looked into those beautiful chocolate eyes. And then his face turned blue. They whisked him away, and in that moment I truly believed that they were fixing what needed to be fixed and that they'd bring him right back to me. By the next day, reality set in, and Ryan's differences had a name, Treacher-Collins syndrome. It's a rare genetic disorder that affects the bone and the soft tissue formation of the face. For Ryan, this meant that his facial features were not completely developed. He had malformed ears, a hearing deficit, one of the largest cleft palates surgeons have seen. Basically, he has no roof of his mouth at all. He also has a small lower jawbone that complicates his breathing. Ryan's breathing, jaw size, and cleft palate made feeding a nightmare. When not eating, we positioned him on his stomach so that his tongue would not block his airway. Specialty bottles, feeding tubes we learned to place through his nose, and machines to monitor his oxygen level and heart rate eventually came home with us. We took turns staying up around the clock to watch him. Then one night, my husband burst into the bedroom. "Call 911, Ryan's not breathing." My husband's EMT experience saved Ryan's life that night. I begged the surgeon for a trach before Ryan was 5 weeks old. In the recovery room, Ryan cried, but he couldn't make a sound. Once he was trached, Ryan was silenced. That was the start of Ryan's surgery history. Tracheotomy, feeding tube, stomach surgery, bowel obstructions, oral surgeries, numerous hearing aid surgeries, and 5 jaw advancements where we literally break his jaw and slowly drag it forward over 2 to 3 weeks. All in all, Ryan had his 28th surgery at age 9, just a month ago, and returned to school the very next day. He spent 98% of the first 9 months of his life in the hospital. We fought for medical coverage with the help of the media and politicians. He began to speak despite the trach. OTPT and speech therapy consumed our days. We became honorary audiologists, and we sought out and researched auditory verbal therapy. Severe food allergies to milk, eggs, and beef brought us to the emergency room with anaphylactic reactions at least a dozen times. The allergy was so severe that hives several times a week were common, with the source being as innocent as a kiss on the forehead after sipping a cup of coffee. We sought out feeding specialists, ENTs, plastic surgeons, allergy specialists, and orthodontists. And over many, many tears, disagreements, and endless hours, Ryan's nurse and I taught him to eat completely by mouth, a task that should be impossible due to his mouth structure. But this was the easy part, the parts that I could help fix. Looking different comes with a price. We learned together how to handle the looks and the stares, how to best respond to the comments about looking like a monster, the freaky thing around his neck, and the laughs about having no ears. We learned when to teach someone about Ryan's Treacher-Collins syndrome and when it was better to walk away. We received acceptance where we least expected it and faced rejection from places like our very own church. I've witnessed harsh teasing by peers followed by a beautiful little sister that quietly reaches for his hand and tells him that she loves him. This is the hard part. Put it all together, and this is our version of a normal life. So, when Lori asked Ryan about his dreams and what was special to him, I smiled. I already knew the answer, and the irony was quite comical. You see, despite Ryan's difficulty speaking, his first word was witnessed by his surgeon and my mother. It was elephant. Yes, the mammal on the planet with the largest of ears. With that first word, a passion was born. If allowed to this day, Ryan would live, breathe, and speak of only elephants. Although mammoths and other large mammals are often allowed. He has become the animal expert at school and plans on having his own zoo when he grows up. So with the passion full and bloom, Lori interviewed Ryan. His first choice for a dream, an African safari. I shook my head at Lori. Where do you plug in a suction pump in the middle of Africa? Dream number 2. Ryan wanted an elephant, a hippo, a rhino, and a horse to live in our backyard. He still thinks this is a good idea. Dream number 3. Ryan wanted to go to Animal Kingdom in Disney World, meet the elephant trainer, and stay at Animal Kingdom Lodge, so that in the morning he could go out on the balcony and eat with the animals. I was thrilled. After all those years trying to teach him to eat, it had become part of his dream. He wanted to eat with the animals. Dream Come True not only made Ryan's dream come to life, but they made a family memory that will be cherished forever. We left the therapy appointments, doctor visits, equipment ordering, scheduling of nursing, surgery planning, medical bills, and stresses of everyday life, and had the opportunity to enjoy ourselves and each other as a family. Ryan ate with the giraffes every morning on the balcony, and I cried. He flew on Dumbo several times. He got chased by a dinosaur, watched in amazement at firework displays and parades. He got his face painted like a tiger, saw the Lion King, and fed Robin the elephant after a personal tour of the African safari with elephant trainer Jack. Every year our family looks forward to the Dream Come True breakfast with Santa. It's become part of our holiday tradition, and the kids start asking in early November when we're going. It's a wonderful opportunity for us to meet other Dream Come True families and to share their experiences and stories. Dream Come True also invites us every year to a family outing at lake compounds in the summer. It's a great chance to see all the kids growing up and enjoying themselves at the park. Ryan takes full advantage of this day of his unique ability to not be able to get dizzy and rides every roller coaster and spinning ride that he can. When Ryan was still an infant, living in the hospital, we were driving home without him one night, and I heard the song that will forever be his song in my mind. Leanne Womack sang, "I hope you never take a single breath for granted." And a tear ran down my cheek for how hard we worked to keep him breathing and the harsh reality of just how fragile life truly is. Every line of that song has a special meaning to us as it relates to Ryan. But it's the title, "I Hope You Dance," that Dream Come True makes real for us. It represents those times where you put the struggles behind and enjoy life despite it all. Thanks to Dream Come True and everyone who supports it, my family has truly danced. Thank you. Now is the time for everyone to sit and mingle at your table and enjoy your breakfast. And then our president, Jim Lang, will come up in a few minutes. And at 8:30 we will pull the raffle. So if you would like to buy any additional raffle tickets, now is the time to do so. Thank you.